Your parents are not entitled to your money. It is your responsibility to cater for them. Those children are entitled to be catered for because they are children. Now, when they become adults, that entitlement is gone. We have to know when the problem which we have in the society and that keeps promoting entitlement is the power to say no, which we don't have.
A lot of people are veiled.
A lot of that. Any day you help someone and you sense any sense of entitlement, right, in their coming back or in their reproach, right, cut that off.
Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Reality on Repeat. My name is Bertain. I'm your host. I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the love, for all the comments, the reactions from our previous episode. It was amazing, and we just want to say continue to support us on our future episodes. We do release every Fridays for those of you who might be tuning in for your first time. I'm going to go ahead and introduce my co-host in the studio, and it's no other than, I'm going to do this because I just want to get her annoyed, obviously, but our Gen Z baddie.
Yo, I'm tired of this man. I was born in 1980. I don't know why he keeps calling me
Gen Z baddie.
Baddie. I'm a corporate baddie.
Our Gen Z baddie. Mem.
All right, yo. Thank you guys for tuning in into another episode of Reality on Repeat. I'm incredibly excited to be here as always. I'm here to, make sure Badu doesn't kill us with his with his very good ideas. I'm very happy to have Badu as our co-host and my boss. So keep liking, subscribing, and following us on all our pages: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and of course YouTube. Please, please, please extend your support to YouTube. Hit that hit that subscribe button and the notification. So we're excited for another episode. Stay tuned.
All right, guys. Obviously, we always have guests, so I'm gonna be introducing our guests. As our guest for today in the studio is no other than an entrepreneur, a businessman. He's a philanthropist. He's an MC, the biggest MC in Delaware. He's the life of the party. He's an IT engineer. He's into
the
tech.
Biggest one, yo.
Yes. He's a father, and above all, he's a husband. Roland, welcome to Reality on Repeat.
Thank you very much. Thank you. What an intro. I didn't know I'm actually all of these things.
We did our research.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all. It's an honor to have me on your show. I really want to appreciate that. And also, I just want to shout out to all the fans that are watching this channel, Reality on Repeat, as the name goes. A lot of reality discussions are taking place on the channel. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get a bing when any new episode or content is being dropped out so you don't miss anything. And for those that are in the comment section, please keep it burning.
Yes. You guys heard him. It would be a sin not to do what he just said right now. So go ahead and do all that stuff.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe, and make sure, put in your request to be on the show. It's marvelous.
Yep.
Yeah, and like he said, that if you want to be on the show, you can DM us on TikTok, on Instagram. We can definitely set something up. We're open to new guests.
Roland, I'm so excited to have you on Reality on Repeat. I've been a fan for a very long time, so I'm very happy to hear what you have to say, especially for our fans and people that watch us. We're incredibly happy again. So to start, we always do an icebreaker type thing where we ask fun little games, questions. Yep. So today our question or game would be, what would you rather? And my first question for you would be, and all of us, because all of us participate in this game, would be, would you rather have $500,000 or a dinner with Aliko Dangote, our richest man in Africa?
Wow, that's a very good one. On a business context, I will have a different, I will have a different answer. And on the financial aspect of it, I will also have a different answer. And like on a general level, I will have a different answer. But I'm a business person, so I'm gonna say I will go with $500,000.
Money first.
So the dinner with him, you don't think you get enough ideas for that business?
So this is the thing, right? If I go to dinner with Alaji Dangote, what he's gonna do with me is to give me a blueprint.
Yeah.
And I won't have money.
No friend without money is cho.
Right.
Run me that money, y'all.
Run me my money.
Run me that money.
You probably discuss of giving me a franchise, but then I won't have money. So it's rather I take that, grow. I think I read a little bit about him too. I noticed that he didn't start up with that much money, $500,000. So
But
definitely
it was back then's economy.
that's where I believe that you can start from somewhere, and you definitely grow, and you can be another.
You're definitely starting.
Okay.
Because
That's how it is.
you're already renowned.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Well, that's my opinion, though. So, what would you do? You would take the money?
The money.
Run me my money, yo. I have no business with Dangote. That man, I heard that man advising Davido not to spend his money, to save it. What do I need that type of man, dinner with that type of man for?
So help you save your money.
Help me save what?
Your
I
money.
can save it just fine. Give me the 500K first. Unless you guarantee that I'll have more. That he'll give me more. Because he's rich enough.
I mean, he can give you more, but
There's no guarantee. So I'll do it 500K.
yeah.
So our next question would be, would you rather be a man of today with a woman of the past, or a man of the past, or past with a woman of today?
Oh, wow. I love my mom.
She went hard with the questions today.
I know.
I didn't see it coming.
I love my mom, but I'm not. So what I'm gonna go with again, it's an opinion. And it should definitely, and it's an icebreaker, and it should definitely not upset someone out there. But I will say I will be the man in the past with a woman today. And
Why would you?
reason why I say that is because in this Gen Z world, whatever it's called now, women are more creative, women are more exposed, women are entrepreneurs, women are business owners, women occupy high places in the government, women are educated. So there is a lot out there for women of today than the ones back then. And we all have that mindset now that, the term behind a successful man, there's always a woman. It's right with these women of today.
Wow.
You're not gonna get all the support, right, from a woman of yesterday, because women of yesterday were housewife. Women of yesterday places were in the kitchen, right? It was the concept, and this is the African culture. It might be different from the West, which is why you have women in power, high places back then, but they had to fight their way through it, right?
You're right.
Women back then were not empowered, but right now women are empowered. And trust me, your wife could be any more than you do, or your partner could be any more than you do as a man, and that's why you can easily grow bigger and within a short period of time than in the past.
The women
Where all the responsibility was on the man.
You really, really surprised me with that question.
You're spoiling.
You really, really surprised me with that answer. Like, that's, I'm very impressed.
It's reality on repeat, right?
Yeah, I'm very, very impressed. Look at me finding something new.
Yeah.
You're spoiling these women of today. I'd rather be a man of today with women of yesterday.
Are we surprised though? No.
Well, I mean, it depends if you're looking at it from different perspectives.
Yeah, that's why I said we're not surprised.
And if you take a look at that, we have more widows than widowers, because men carry the burden. They would literally do everything. The stress were on them, and it's different now. So there are a lot of things that you could put in context to make sure you rethink that decision that you're taking. Well, I love my mom.
So I'm not here to change your mind.
You're changing my mind.
I love my mom though, but
So our next question for today would be money or fame? Would you rather money? Because you're a businessman and you're also popular with your MC work. So would you rather money or fame?
Again, I answered that question before. I'm a businessman. Money is definitely gonna give you fame.
Give me
right?
that money.
When you have the money,
Not
you're gonna be
always.
famous, right?
There's very rich people we don't
Give
know.
me the money. I don't want the fame.
Very, very rich people.
Well,
we
it
don't
depends on how exposed they are in the society. It depends on what they're doing. But trust me, if you have money and you're a philanthropist like I am, you want to try to always reach out there. Very soon you're gonna be exposed, right? Yeah, there are few people who haven't just be quiet, and there are still people who do those things without people knowing. So I would say money brings fame, but I wouldn't go for fame.
Fame doesn't bring money.
Well,
Not always.
Not always. Yeah.
There's
what I'm
rich,
saying.
there's
But I don't
broke
like to be
rich
famous.
people. Yeah. You don't?
I don't like to be famous. I just like to be rich.
Now give me the money. I don't care if I'm famous or not. Give me the money, y'all.
Yeah.
That's so funny because we're on this podcast. We're here for the money.
Give me the money. Give me the money.
But both of them blend together sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously.
Of course, yeah. I think I'll go with you guys. Run me my money. Come on, guys.
That's what it is.
What has fame done for anybody?
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's not something good things for some people, but
I mean, we have very famous people now. They're poor, right? You don't even.
yeah,
Especially some musicians where
yeah, especially
go back like Mehdi. Did you hear them again?
no.
Yeah, he just dropped the song.
Oh, you did?
We know the Motor Black.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because we know the Motor Black and
Trust you. Of course you would know.
Yes, Mada and that's my guy. With
Oh yeah, that's his guy.
Big Calav alive. But yeah, all right. Without any delay, we're gonna go ahead and dive into our topic. So guys, today we're gonna be talking about entitlement. For those of you who are maybe doing good and you feel like you have people around you that are just demanding a lot. For those of you that feel like you have a friend, your guy has made it in life and he's not looking at you anymore. We're here to talk about all of those, even family members, stuff like that. Even you, that your baby, if that your baby is telling you that if you don't get me an iPhone, what's the next iPhone that's coming out? 17 Pro Max, the relationship is done. We're here to talk about all of that. So,
Yeah.
Mr. Roland, do you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Stop. I have a question. I know because you had mentioned this on another episode. So what is WhatsApp again?
What is what? It's a billing app.
Especially if you're over here, you understand exactly.
The billing app.
Avoid WhatsApp because of the
It is a
entitlement.
billing app.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to step down away from it, but sometimes
Yeah.
I don't know. I got you guys. All right. So entitlement, it's a complex and multifaceted concept that could, manifest to various aspects in life,
Yeah.
right? So itself, it is that I would say it's a cankerworm that is eating up in the society. And when I reflect to the society, I want us to kind of like know that I'm talking about the Black community. When I'm talking about Black community, I'm talking about Africa,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because this is a situation where an individual, right, feels, right, or believe that they have the right to certain benefit or to something, right, which without necessarily fulfilling the right requirement.
Without earning it.
So you feel like I should have this because you're my friend,
Because I know you.
because I know you, because you're my father, because you're my son. It goes right to even family.
Yep.
You get it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It has so many different types of that, which we're gonna go detail into it tonight on our show. But again, always want to make sure that the perspective this is a reality on repeat. So we say things here based on our own perspective.
Yeah.
This is our own concept. It's definitely, we're not holding anybody. You are not entitled to believe that. See, you're talking about entitlement.
Yeah.
So you're not entitled to believe what we're saying, but you could do some research and improve on yourself and also learn something from someone. Yeah, but entitlement, really bringing down our African community.
Yeah, to start the conversation, especially because like a lot of African kids and a lot more are gonna have to break away from it. When I think about entitlement, I think one of the biggest things or the first things that comes to my mind is the black tax. Can you expand on that first of all can you explain to those that are watching now understand what the black tax is?
I would say, before I come to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say you mentioning the African community particularly,
Mm-hmm.
and what entitlement is doing to our community. It is a nail on the point right there. It is the actual reality. Now, there are so many different type of entitlement,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we have, it could be political,
Mm-hmm.
it could be social, could be emotional, right? And
Yeah.
it could be financial entitlement, right? And what is actually eating up in the financial entitlement with our people is that someone feels, it's not a feeling, someone is a family member to you, and they feel like they have the right to be on salary, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we go back
Monthly
to,
allowance.
yes, that's why we go back to the WhatsApp, right? Your phone is ringing every day. It's not family checking up on you, it's billing.
And even if they check
Yeah,
on you, there's
it's
billing,
always
there's
like
billing
it's
inside.
right behind it.
You get the point.
Yeah.
It's the worst is you went through school, with, you went through school, you made some friends, and you have acquaintance, because in Africa really there's not an acquaintance. As long as you went through school with me, you're my classmate.
My classmate, you're my friend. Yeah.
So that's the definition, which is absolutely the wrong concept. We could be classmates, but we're never friends.
Yep.
We were acquaintance because we were at that particular place at that time, and we went through, right? And after that, we never got in touch. And after maybe 5, 7, 10 years, maybe well, I'm looking like this because I'm an MC, I'm a public figure, but you won't know that, okay, this is the sacrifice, this is what I have to take to go through. I have to appear like
You have to appear like that.
we need to appear like this on the show, right?
Yeah.
If we appeared here like Gary Boys, nobody will watch this tweet. So when you do that and someone sees a picture gives a painting, which is
It
that
paints an
guy,
idea in their mind.
that idea of this guy is rich,
Is doing
this
well.
guy is doing well. Now, they don't care about your psychological welfare.
What is
They don't
that?
care about your mental health. They don't care about what you're doing, what's your situation.
If you
No.
even borrowed the outfit.
No.
Yeah.
The picture just paints the narrative to them.
Yeah.
You get the point.
Yeah.
And then they start telling, hey, bro, we were, me and you, we've been a very tight party. I just send your man 10K. So
Thank you, Nodi.
that's the whole, that's the entitlement. Like, okay, because you and I went through school, because we were schoolmates, now you're entitled.
Or if they just knew you.
Oh, they just knew you.
They're
Right?
just one random
So-
neighbor and one day they got your number.
And that's the financial part of it. And it doesn't end there. Now, what I'm going to say, it's going to hurt a lot of African parents maybe watching, but it's the
That's the black-
reality,
It is a reality.
Yep.
right? We have reality on repeat. We have to repeat it. My mother, I love her, God knows, but she is not supposed, or she is not entitled to my money.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
She's not, I'm not entitled to put her on salary,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
There's a difference between a responsibility, taking responsibility, right? Being nice, right? And understanding and showing love. There's so many
Yes.
different ways you can do that.
Yes.
But it's not an entitlement, because some parents think that, hey, because I gave birth to this child and he's grown up to be a successful person and I'm entitled to his money. No,
Yeah.
dad, no, mom, you are not.
And it's crazy because sometimes they use that ideology is so prevalent that it stagnates certain people.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
spend their entire life just
Yeah.
taking care of their family or giving back. to their family.
I feel like we've talked about, we're African, so obviously we're always gonna refer back to ourselves. Cameroon has to be specific, because if we don't talk about ourselves, then who are we gonna talk about?
Yeah.
But to me, like I said, I feel like it's a culture thing, because growing up, like if we talked about like the women of back then, the man had to provide for them and stuff like that. The same way that the man had to provide for them back then, it's the same way that we knew that growing up as a child. When you get old, you have to take care of your parents. So I feel like it's part of the culture now that is like affecting us to the point where, okay, like everybody just like the parents just know that, okay, I'm entitled to you doing this for me because I brought you up.
Wait, that's the wrong concept. That's why I told you that it's a very complex and multifaceted aspect in the society, right? And it could generate to so many different things, right?
Yeah.
There's a difference between responsibility, love, and physically being aware, right? I'm aware that I need to take care of my mom. I'm aware that I need to take care of my parents. I'm aware that I need to take care of my family, but they are not entitled to that. That's different.
Maybe your kids are young.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that.
So
because
they are not entitled to it.
Yeah, because of that responsibility, right, that they require. That's what has made it to become an issue of entitlement.
It's a culture, because also one of the conquer words, or one of the most...
Sports 1 does not exist. Please say the channel name again.
So one of the... So this is one of the things that is really bringing down society down too, right? You need to know that you taking care of your mom, you taking care of your parents or your children, it is your responsibility.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yep.
We have to get that straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Your children are entitled, right? Your children are entitled for you to take care of them because you brought them. That's why you have to think twice. Like, hey, am I bringing this child up? I'm bringing this child up in this world, and I need to take care of the child. What are the basic requirements that I need to meet to be able to take care of a child, right? And when you can define those requirements and fulfill them, that's when you can say, I'm ready. Because those children are entitled to be cared for, because they are children. Now, when they become adults, that entitlement is gone. When you grow up and you're an adult, your mom is not entitled to taking care of you. You're an adult because you got to go now and get your own family and live from there. And now you become, your children now will become an entitlement for you to take care of, right?
Yeah.
So my mom, I am entitled to my mom's, right? Anything she owns, I'm entitled to it because that's my mother, right?
Until you get to a certain
age. But my mother is not entitled to what I have.
But when you get to a certain age, you're no longer entitled to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even right now, right? You get the point. Right now, I'm still a son to my mom, right? So I cannot say my mom should be taking care of me. I can't say I'm entitled to her to be taking care of me.
Yeah.
Get the point.
But you're still entitled to a certain level of love.
Exactly. Now it goes to what?
Her.
It goes now to what? Emotional, right? I'm entitled to her emotional and psychological awareness and love.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's forever.
I can agree on that.
That's true. Yeah.
You get the point?
Yeah.
But financially, I am not. Right? Physically, like mentally and all the other stuff, I'm not. But that particular aspect, that's where the entitlement comes from. People don't know how to earn that right. Unless she disowned me.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
That's when I'm not entitled.
Yeah.
But I want the African parents too, and the fans out there and people listening, it's that we need to understand one thing. Your parents are not entitled to your money. It is your responsibility to care for them. It is your responsibility to love them. It is your responsibility to be there for them. But they are not entitled to anything you own.
And I feel like a lot of these things also come in with boundaries.
Yes.
It's placing boundaries and being able to say no without feeling guilty. Obviously, like, I couldn't see my mom go through a really very difficult, maybe financial situation where I could help her.
Okay.
And then I let her go through that, right?
That's your
Without helping her. Yeah, I would help her.
Yep.
Because I feel like for the fact that she's raised me to where I am, I feel that it's my responsibility to do that. I don't feel that my mom, because I started working now, should sit home and say, maybe quit her job and then be like, hey, now you have to pay my rent. Now you have to pay maybe my car insurance. That's something that I can grow up, or where I'm at in life right now, I can be like, I'm going to take that responsibility to do that.
Yeah.
Or that responsibility to do that. Or do something else because I want to, not because it is my responsibility. And I feel like even for myself, there's maybe you and you too, there's a lot of these things where we've had to be like, I'm not going to do that because I also have a life of my own.
Yes.
I have to build a career of my own.
Yep.
And where I'm in life right now, there's certain sacrifices that I cannot do anymore. And I need to focus on myself.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have personal experiences that you'd like to share with our people.
Yeah, before we get to the person, I want to I like something he said regarding the fact that you don't like accept, you said you can be in a position where you don't choose to do that for your parents, maybe because like your mom, maybe she or not saying that she disowned you, but like just in an instance, like that's an instance where you be like, yo, you're not entitled, you're not you're not, your mom is not your responsibility. Because we have family members who because they were family members.
Yep.
And they didn't even help you.
Yeah.
Growing up, maybe they are family members whom growing up you were like in situations where you needed something from them and they didn't even help you even when they could.
Yes.
But because you've grown up and you're doing okay or you're doing well, they feel like you have to do it. And not just family members, parents as well. There are parents who were not there for their kids. And then when they grow up, they feel like, okay, because I gave birth to you, you have to do it.
Yeah, and I feel like even especially back home with African society and being in America, obviously we have a different perspective too, because the entitlement with people back home is a whole nother level. But I feel like most people even back home, they're thinking, okay, maybe I can like, they're probably thinking to themselves, how do you expect us to help you, given that you're the one that's in a place, of more opportunity, a place where you can hustle.
They feel entitled that.
Yeah. You have to help them. But my thing is like, help and being for someone is not always money. It's not always material. Yep. It could be that phone call that's like, hey, how are you? Exactly. That little check-in that's like, hey, what is this?
Exactly.
Like, for example, when it's my birthday, it's like my friends back home, they buy me a bouquet of flowers and, like a little perfume thing. And that means a lot just because I know you were thinking about me or like,
Yeah.
They don't feel entitled for me to do grand gestures for them. Those are little things that you can do for your friends and family, even those that are abroad, those that are rich or not, that would take away like that feeling. It's not always people to give to you, even if they're rich in Cameroon.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely. So just to echo on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That again goes to under emotional entitlement, right? People need to be aware. That awareness is one of the things that could help eradicate that entitlement. Be appreciative, right? Those little things, they're not even appreciative. That's the one thing. They are not.
Yeah, because they're entitled. They feel like
because when you're entitled, you lack those qualities.
Yeah,
you get it.
Yeah,
and some of those little things that people would do. Your friends are really, really nice.
Yeah.
Since I think I've been out now for about 15 years, trust me that I've never had a friend who has given me 1,000. Like, hey, if this guy is your birthday, or let me go see
they're not your friend.
You get the point.
They're not your friend.
So the entitlement is that, it has to flow. This guy has the money, so we have to get it. Right? Oh, this is my friend. It's out there. He's doing well. We have to get the money from him. So it is, and this, it's sad because it goes in so many different aspects. It goes down to even cultural entitlement. It goes down to political entitlement. And I don't want to go too deep into politics right now. And you realize that most presidents in Africa, they feel entitled that the country is theirs.
Yes. Oof.
They feel that's the entitlement that they have. Like, they don't need to go through the necessary requirement. They cannot meet the necessary requirement, but they believe that they've earned it. No, you've not. Right? And that's why you would give me an opportunity and say, hey, there's freedom of speech. And when my president is sick and you pass a communique, the same government pass a communique. If you talk, they're gonna take you down. Right?
Yeah.
So you own people. That's the system, right?
Yeah.
You believe that you own someone. Because when you don't have that concept, you will not be so demanding. And that's entitlement for you. Because they have the right to have something even when you don't meet the requirements.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. And I'm going to say something about like Nigeria's president.
Yeah, that's what just crossed my mind.
During the elections, he was like, "It's his turn.
This is my year.
Yeah, I don't even need to go to Cameroon because we already know. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, we need to go back, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it is my turn.
It is my turn. Yep.
So he feels entitled because
Jagaban.
Yeah, and right now he didn't meet all the requirements.
And then he would turn around and say, let the poor breathe.
Exactly. So, so I think some of the things that causes this, it's parenting and upbringing, wrongful upbringing, wrongful parenting. Like I said, the way I'm bringing my kids up, I will let you know that I'm entitled to make sure you have the best education you can have.
Yeah.
That's what I owe you.
Yeah.
And if I know that I owe you that, I'm entitled to that. And you are entitled to it.
Yeah.
Because I have to set up, yes, I have to set up certain definitions before I make sure I go in for that shot. If I'm not ready, you're not coming.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't know what the shot was. It took me. I didn't know. I was like, shot.
You're thinking about the shot. we process it very fast.
If you're not ready, you don't go for that shot.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
So because I know that they are entitled to the responsibility that I owe them, that's why I have to make sure they have the whatever that they can have, which I can afford.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, that's what I can give you. If I give you the education, I'm not letting you think that what I've worked for
It's yours.
You're not entitled to what I have. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
You should be entitled to what I've given you. Not what I've had.
Yeah.
And what I can give a child, it's education.
Love.
Education.
It's love. It's parenting,
Yes.
upbringing.
Yeah.
And I put you out there in the society and say, hey, this is where I was. Go fight.
If you decide to maybe take some of your wealth or your income or something and be like start
Pass
your life
it
with
on,
it, that's now up to you.
It is my responsibility. That's absolutely a choice.
Yeah, that's your
Right?
choice
To do that.
once they get to the legal age.
Yeah, and which of course I will not.
And I feel like one thing too is also to like let the kids know, because some of these kids just grow up and they're just like, my dad has money.
No, that's what I'm saying.
not
That
gonna do
which
anything.
of course I will
Yeah.
not. I have to parent them and let them know, like, hey,
You gotta work
where you
hard.
are right now, I've never been there. I never had those privileges, right?
Yeah.
And this is the foundation of a successful generation. It's now you mess it up or you don't. But I'm doing my best to make sure you come up with a good footprint.
But don't you think if you're doing well and let's say you have some money, I'm not saying that just give them money like take and maybe they're going off for college obviously and you be like, okay, you're of legal age. I'm going to support you with your tuition for this time so you don't have to graduate school and have like so much student loans and stuff like that.
Right.
Or you can be like, I'll give you some income. Like if you want to start a business, you can start your business with it and stuff like that.
And so that's where you comes in, right? That's why I say your kids are entitled to your responsibility,
I mean, after the legal age.
right?
I mean,
That's what you
growing
do.
up is not-
You're basically setting them up, right?
Yeah.
You can set them up, right? You can set them up, but don't give them that opportunity to come back for more after settlement.
Okay.
Because when you give them that opportunity, they become useless.
And
They're going to squander it and come back again.
and I'm
Prodigal son.
yeah.
Exactly. And truly, if I've given you the education that you require, right,
Yeah.
you shouldn't need anything else to succeed.
Yes.
If I've given you the best training, if I've given you the education, the love and support for everything, when you're out of that school, you shouldn't need anything else to survive.
Yeah. I feel like following your question was like, I think then it comes to the Western side of things where some parents, I don't even know where they get this idea for. It's like, oh, once you turn 18 or once you turn 21, I have nothing to do with you anymore. I feel like that's a greatly detrimental thing because imagine my mom probably kicked me out at 18 or 21.
No.
I don't think I would have been where I am in life right now.
No.
I think being a parent, I'm proud of being that is recognizing that maybe there's a child that can, finish college by 22, and then maybe there's another child that would need 28
To finish
to
school.
finish school, and that would still need your support. And you should, if you can. And if you can, you should communicate that effectively to where it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but you're a parent. Maybe you're 26 now. You should find a job, work part-time and do that. But it's just not like throw your kids out to the wolves.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely no. That's not what we mean here. So what we're basically saying is that parents have the time to stop investing in
Yeah.
their children.
Yeah.
There must be that limit. There must be that definition. So that's the time, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't do that. You can't babysit like that forever. Then you're just gonna make the baby. You're just gonna keep
A big baby.
Yeah, you're gonna make sure that child of yours becomes a very big baby, right? So we limit some of those things. But what I want to emphasize on is that give that child that education, give them the love, and when they're done, you can support them. Don't let them go into tuition and student loans and all of that, which you can't afford. You're not supposed to take that burden off them. Education back then for us was difficult because we have to go to school, come back, go work to make our own school fees and all of that, right? You had to basically do everything. But now you have an opportunity, which is what I tell my children, is that you have an opportunity right now,
To focus on school.
to focus on school and school only. You don't have anything else to worry about. You don't have to worry about food. Growing back in Africa, I literally have to go to school, come back.
back, go to the
Sometimes
farm.
I have to go hunting to get meat because there's yam and fufu everywhere, but there's not meat.
You used to
have
go hunting?
fishing. Yeah, I just go hunting.
What did you use? Did you usually?
We use machetes and we use our
Those
dogs,
Dogs,
and our traps to hunt. Even the catapult, which we call rubber gun, we use it. So that's why it was rough. And so if your child just has to focus on education, I think you are setting him on the path of
on
something.
the right path. I mean, at the end of the day, there's always going to be that person who goes to school and still, regardless of everything that is provided to them. That's why we even have rich kids that are spoiled. They
I know.
don't want to graduate.
And another thing too is causing entitlement. It's social media and celebrity culture.
Oh, yeah.
Social media and celebrity culture. A lot of kids or a lot of people watch stuff online. For instance, Mem's friend in Cameroon, cool. Watch her. She glows up on this channel every day. Different hairstyles, getting beautiful all the time. And then what happens? Because someone is watching that, they feel entitled they should own it.
Yep.
And that leads them to do a lot of different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to be entitled to what someone owns, right? You're not supposed to feel entitled to. That's one of the biggest aspect of this entitlement, because social media now can spread like wildfire.
Yeah, and not only that, to his point, social media too, it's like you'd see maybe on social media, you'd see kids that do great things for their parents, or parents doing great things for their kids, or siblings doing great things for each other.
You want to
You too, that your lifestyle don't even match. You think, oh, my parent has to do this for me. My friend has to. If my friends are not doing this for me, then they are not real friends.
Exactly. They emulate, copy that social media lifestyle, and then take it to family, and then becomes a problem in the family.
And
The level of entitlement.
One thing I'm gonna say that I've gathered so far, since we started this episode, is that social media always comes up. I feel like it's
on this podcast,
it's always an issue. Social media, I feel like it has affected us in so many aspects of life because it always comes up.
I mean, we're one of the first generations that are able to see the world of yesterday and then the world of today.
And even the future.
Yeah.
We've seen the future.
And even the future,
Yeah, because growing up, we didn't even, I don't remember, like 2005, it was still the Motorola with the blue screens.
See, we're talking about.
Are you talking about
We were still writing letters
We're not.
from the village.
No, I think they had Motorola since
straight
2005.
to America. They have to use post office. People, you could imagine how long a letter is going to take.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get a letter in 3 months before your son in America writes back and posts.
Yeah.
And then you go get it. And now it's going to be with a pen.
Mm-hmm.
He comes here, he stays 3 months, he writes you on post and say, I've reached. And then it takes another 3 months, so that's 6 months for you to get the letter. When you reply, so in 1 year you exchange 2 letters. So it's social media. I wouldn't say it has only caused so many negative.
No, obviously
But there are a lot of positive. There are a lot of positive vibes about it.
I was gonna be like, if now there with this Mexico road and everything, if it was back then, no, yeah, we are picking for 2 years.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think it has not just ended with that. It's also the celebrity culture thing. A lot of comparison amongst themselves, among kids watching. You want to be a celebrity, that's the entitlement. It's really eating up
amongst the females.
What about males?
They bought Sophia Lamborghini. My boyfriend
What
needs
is
to buy
that?
my own Lamborghini.
Sophia got herself a Lamborghini.
and that's the whole thing, right? That's how it goes up.
I will not go into the details.
Yeah, you because you can't. They didn't buy it.
I'm not going to the details. I'm not saying Bona buy it, but we all know who bought it. But
bought it?
I don't know me.
You don't exactly because he didn't.
I'll
She
leave
did
it at- no,
Boss
I'm not
babe,
gonna-
go Sophia.
But sorry about that.
Did she get it?
Of course, she got herself one.
According to what we saw on social media.
Yeah,
According to what we saw.
they would never believe it. Go ahead.
Oh God.
But
And also, we have trauma and insecurity. Those are some of the causes of entitlement. So, right, that we used to say back, like when boys are chatting, they would say, once can always be. When you are in a relationship and you break up with a lady or you break up with a guy, you should know that you are not entitled to that guy anymore. That's one aspect that we emotionally and also being very insecure about that. Because guys have this tendency of once it's your girlfriend, can always be your girlfriend.
Okafor's law.
Right? So put it that way. But it is wrong. And it's an entitlement. And it mostly on the part of men.
Well, because you've been with her before.
Because you've been with her before, you feel that, hey, I can have her
anytime I want.
So that's you being entitled.
Diamond.
I've not actually watched that you guys see show. I keep
Young
hearing
famous
about-
and African diamonds.
Right?
If I want her today, I will have her.
Exactly. Which is wrong. You forget to know that as you're moving on, she's also moving on. You forget to know that you're moving on, he's also moving on.
Mm-hmm.
And it has always been like that in the circle. And that's an emotional entitlement that causes so much issues in relationship. And that has to be addressed, and we have to discuss that. And we people have to put a stop to that. I know that most of the guys will not be happy with you. It is what it is.
Okay,
When you break up, you've broken up. Let it go.
There's no more.
Oh, that was
It shouldn't be like, oh, we meet, and because that's the thing, right?
yeah,
It falls
that's
on
the
me.
mindset.
It falls on us. I'm also a man, but it's wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a big feeling for us.
Yeah. Another reason why I was about this entitlement, I feel like another thing too is like the way we show love to people, right? That's one of the things that lead to entitlement. Because at some point you might be in a good position and then you're just like, let me just take care of everybody. Because at the end of the day, you cannot take care of everybody. But once you set that
Rhythm.
once you set that precedent, they're always gonna expect it. Even when you get to a point where you want to start your life, they're still gonna keep expecting it. And when you cannot do it,
Yeah.
you become the bad person, like they say in 99 go because you know do
Like a
one,
single person.
the last one, everything becomes bad. So I feel like the amount of love you show people, the amount of like giving you give to people, that also affects like how entitled they become.
Yeah, and it depends too, because you helping people, there have to be some certain
Limit. Yeah.
limit. You have to define it, right? We push that. To be honest, I agree with you 100%. We push that the way we show that love, the way we show that support, right? That makes them feel. But I want to give you an advice that any day you help someone and you sense any sense of entitlement, right, in their coming back or in their reproach, right, cut that off. Define it.
Yeah.
We have to know when the problem which we have in the society and that keeps promoting entitlement is the power to say no, which we don't have.
A lot of people are very.
A lot of people,
I mean, I it's very difficult for me to say no, but that's something I've been learning.
A lot of people struggle with the word no, and that's when you push people to be entitled over you. You need to know when it's no. It's not no because, and you don't have to, once you give no and you go further to explain yourself, it means you're still suffering from the inability or that indecisionness.
And it's also building, it's not trying to break that entitlement stuff anyway, because now they feel like, oh, just because you said no, they're entitled. There should be a good reason why you said no.
And that's why I said when you see yourself saying no and explaining, you still have not overcome that weakness in you to say no. A no has no explanation.
Yeah.
That's the definition, and that's the only thing that can push away so much this entitlement to go away.
That's hard though.
If
I'm
you-
not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is
It's hard, especially if it's your close family.
The
or
day
friends.
you learn to do that, you will realize that no one will ever feel entitled over you. Not even your ex that comes back and say, I want you. What is a no? It's a no. The ladies to struggle with that because it's difficult for them to say no.
Or to take no.
Well,
Yeah.
they don't take it, but it's difficult for them to say no because the men will come in.
That's
eventually
because
gonna happen.
that's because they've not moved on. I mean,
It's not about moving on. It's a whole different topic on its own because it has to do with what a woman feels. It's very difficult when a woman loves you. She cannot just move on like that.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not saying that. Yeah,
It's different with men. You can be done with a lady today and you fall in love again where men don't fall in love. You move on with another lady tomorrow.
Meant. Okay. I don't want to open another kind of board. Men don't fall in love. That's crazy.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I fall
I'm
in
not
love.
gonna let
I'm a
this
lover
man
boy.
sleep on the couch today.
No, absolutely right. There are men show love, they don't fall in love. And they have so many different ways in showing that love. Right? Women love us. Because if you want to talk about love, it's a whole broad topic. With it, the way a man shows it and the way a woman shows it.
Yeah, two different things.
They're two different things.
I agree.
If a relationship is broken today, who hurts the most?
For the most part, I don't know, but for the most part, I was saying women.
I would say whoever was most invested.
Well, yeah, let's put it that way because
Whoever was most invested, and it's women.
it's not always women.
No, because we don't invest emotionally in love.
No, but there are guys who do invest emotionally and they get hurt.
Look at this man laughing.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
Look at him laughing.
I'm laughing at Badu because I feel like Badu looks like Badu is in love.
What?
He's a weirdo right now. Because men don't fall in love. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Men don't.
that's crazy.
It's a
I
reality.
think we need to ask this question on the podcast if men actually fall in love or not, because I really wanted. This is the first.
No, men don't.
This podcast is so good because there's things I hear every podcast that's like a wow moment.
You get a new perspective.
Yeah,
Of
it's like
course.
I've never heard
You
this
cherish your partners, right? You cherish them, you respect them. You don't, and that's what even the Bible says it.
before. Oh my God! Don't go and misquote.
I'm still on that point that some men fall in love. There are
Well-
situations where men get hurt than the ladies. Maybe the ladies back then. The
there's
ladies
always-
nowadays. Some don't fall in love.
They are dangerous.
don't. They don't.
It's it's the Gen Z area.
Yeah, it's Gen Z mindset. But a lot of ladies, they don't fall in love.
But I will tell you that
Love is for people that have the luxury too.
I will tell you that men love to be loved, because if why you feel like you're in love is because a woman have shown you love. That's when you feel that you're in love. If a woman does not show you love, you will never be in love.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So men.
Let me tell you what. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what attracts you to a lady first. At any other thing else. You look at her appearance, right? Then you go out. You go in now for the personality, right? Because the appearance first get for come first.
Obviously.
If it's not there. But do you know that her appearance will be the last thing probably at the end of the day that you like?
We actually said this on the last.
When you get to know her,
Yeah, she said this.
her personality, you're going to uncover her personality. You're going to uncover her exposure. You're going to uncover her mindset, everything else. And you realize that that's why some people will not even go for the look.
Ladies, take note of this because this is the second time a man is mentioning this,
Yes.
so
And this one's been married a long time.
Right? So
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. So a man should not, because someone you look at, oh, I love her. How many beautiful girls have you gone or maybe approached in just your conversation or chat with them and you don't work out? You think it's the beauty that they lack? No. And maybe you try it for, like, I want to be in a relationship with you, and at the end of the day, no, it's not working. Why do you think it's not working? Because that lady plays over your ego. That's it. A man, if a woman gives you peace here, if a lady gives you peace, whether she's fat, ugly, thin, slim, or whatever she looks like, that's what a man wants. That's your peace. And you're going to love her. That's where you think that you are in love because you have peace. That's what every man wants. She doesn't mess around with your ego. She gives you peace. She showed you love and you feel like you are in love.
well, I'm just gonna say we're already on that not that
We'll
topic
bring it
now.
back for the episode about if
We're
men
going
fall
to
in love.
yes.
It's a whole thing.
It's
We'll talk
another
about.
topic. But before, let's just like round it up and maybe talk about like this entitlement thing. Like it's a whole issue, and like you said, some people don't know how to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what are some of the ways that we like if you find yourself in a situation where you feel like people are entitled to, like people feel like they are entitled to like your money, your maybe something, whatever it is.
Mhm.
How do you handle that situation? And also maybe an advice to those who feel like this because this person has to always do this and that for me. Like, what advice would you give to them?
Yeah, it's, we've talked about this entitlement thing quite a lot now. And I would say, first of all, self-awareness, right?
Yep. I was reading it.
I would say appreciation, right? If you want to stop that, you first of all need to know yourself very well, right? Be aware of your environment. Be aware of who is your friends, who is in your circle, of friends, right? And when you define that, you will having that awareness and that mindset, you'll be able to establish that boundary. Say, hey, it's a no. I'm not going to do this because you're not. And sometimes the only way to actually overcome it is to face it, right? You have to face entitlement because the demands are going to come. But the best solution is not avoiding the people. It's actually educating them.
Yeah.
What I learned in life that has really helped me move on, it's that there are certain things you cannot change. And once you define those things and you know those things, or you can establish those things or identify them, that they cannot change. And if you accept them, you will be at peace. Because you realize that even when someone is, the 5 stages of death, when you're dying, the last one is it's acceptance. Where
Of grief.
you will say, this is it. Unless they accept it, they don't have peace. And when you accept it, you die in peace. Right? That's the whole thing with entitlement. These things that are difficult for you to accept, they are the things that are very easy for those people out there who feel entitled to accept. So you got to put it out there for them.
Give them a dose of their own medicine.
Yes. If you call me and say, oh, because I know you're my friend, right? I know her, and she calls me and say, hey, Roland, I'm coming over, right? And I said no. Do you think I'm entitled to accept she should come because she's my friend?
No, you're not.
Do you think she feel disappointed?
She is.
She is, right?
Yeah.
But that no established that boundary. And you don't have to give her a reason. And she doesn't have to feel like she was supposed to. And now that's where you have to accept the fact that here, back then we just go and visit people. Here you call. Because if you come, you're not going to see me. If you come, even if you're in front of my house, you didn't call me. There are people who do that to you.
Yeah.
You come
I agree.
and they will tell you, and that's the perfect way to fight back that entitlement. Someone just feel like you're my friend and they just show up.
Boundaries, yeah.
Right? I can't just show up to someone in Texas now. I just get a flight and show up. Not even because you're my friend, or not even because you're my son. If just I didn't say my son moves on and stay in California, and I just showed up in front of their doorstep, I'm not entitled to such privilege. Because they can kick you back right there and say, hey, you didn't call me. Go back and call me when I'm ready. So to round up, it's that face the fear, because sometimes it's difficult to, but talk to them. Man, you're not entitled to this. If I'm doing this, it's because it's my good will. It's because I want to do it. It's not because you're entitled to it. Now, that's the mindset that you have. Educate him. Because if you don't take up this mindset, you and I, we're not going to flow, and I'm not going to be able to help you. You're not entitled to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the best way I can advise that you deal with it. Face it and talk to them.
Face it, guys. Face it. Tell that person no. Tell that person no. That person that's been bothering you and you'll be telling them that, let me see how tomorrow looks. Tell them no. I'll start saying no as well, but...
You won't die, I promise you.
I hope so.
Because that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Just knowing that you're going to disappoint someone is such a dreadful feeling.
Yeah.
Don't say no and explain why.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we need to be able to say no. And my own personal one that I just limit the way you... I'm not saying treat people bad, but don't be overly given. If you start to feel like someone is feeling entitled to you now, tell them no. Just because you have it doesn't mean you should give it, because tomorrow when you don't have it, nobody's gonna listen.
Yep. Put up boundaries, guys. I think that's the biggest thing I'm gonna say is like putting up boundaries. Putting up boundaries does not only give them the clear message that, they can't always come back, but it shows them that you have enough respect for yourself.
Yeah.
to know that you can't, cross that line, or you're not going to break your back just to make people happy. Because most of this is just people-pleasing attitudes that have been shoved, and it's part of our culture, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible thing, but it's part of our culture. So I would just say, come on, guys, learn to say no, and let's beat the entitlement.
Pick up the phone call.
No.
Yeah, and also be grateful and thankful. Show appreciation. Instead of expecting more, focus on the things that people appreciate. Right? If you're doing something to someone, they do appreciate, focus on that.
Yeah.
Because one of the ways to know that this person does not feel entitled, it's when they appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so focus on those things that they appreciate. And
That's why I love my grandma. Even if she knows that I could probably send her more, but if I send her 5,000 francs right now,
To be so appreciative.
she will send me a 1-minute voice note thanking me. But
That's my mom's older sister.
yeah, like I like that point.
Yeah.
But guys, this is the end of the episode. I hope we did talk about something that maybe would help one or two people. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you did, please remember to hit the like button. If you still haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and
YouTube.
turn on the notification bell. We do release episodes every Friday, and also remember to leave your thought in the comments section.
absolutely.
Yes, guys. Thank you guys so much for sitting with us through another episode. We're again incredibly grateful. We're practicing gratitude today. So thank you guys so much, and see you guys on our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.